Three or 4 months ago, I was sent a video on YouTube by a guy called the Anti-Terrorist. You might have heard of him. And since then, I've embarked upon a series of intensive studies of the freedom movement and everything that that involves. And lately, that has culminated in a sudden realization. We have a moment to seize freedom and peace and prosperity and a standard of living that we've only ever previously been able to imagine for each and every human being on planet Earth. What would you do if you found out that you didn't have to pay income tax? What would you do if you found out that there was in fact no law which compelled human beings to pay any tax? What would you do if you found out that when we register the birth of our children with the government, we are in fact registering them as the chattel property of the government? What would you do if you knew that every single credit card loan or bank loan was a complete and utter fraud? What I believe we need to do as a matter of urgency is we need to stop focusing on all of the negative things that are wrong with the world and refocus once this train has passed. If we decide that we've had enough of the powers that be messing us about, then we will reclaim our own sovereignty and start setting the agenda for ourselves and the planet. Or we will continue to be trapped inside the mass victim consciousness which has held us back for so long. And within that victim consciousness is the idea that somebody, or rather some race from another planet or another galaxy or another universe, is going to come to save us. Well, this is no different from expecting that a savior, Jesus Christ or whoever, is going to come back and save us from our oppression, when really we are doing it to ourselves, whether explicitly or passively, through the way we think, through the way we act, through the way we talk, through the way we create, through the way we walk the path of fear instead of the path of love. We are born sovereign, free beings. Then our parents register our birth and we become the chattel property of the government. But it's not really the government we think of as the government. It's the secret government, the moneyed aristocracy, the global elite, the internationalists. There are many different guises, many different forms, many different factions. It doesn't matter how they accrued their power. It doesn't even matter what power they have. What matters is that each and every one of us realizes that we are all one, and if suffering is happening to one individual, it is happening to all of us. If injustice is happening to one individual, it is happening to all of us. The time to wake up and realize that our moment is now, that we can either choose freedom, peace, prosperity and sustainable living for one and all, or we choose to live in fear.